Are we live? I don't see us live yet.
There we go.
Okay. Are we? Yep, there we go. Sorry.
Hey, you have your furry ones. I have my furry ones here too.
Yeah, she's such a mess. So, let's see here.
What you doing, buddy?
I'm super excited to talk about the Indigo spell.
I'm gonna guess you rated it a 5 out of 5 stars.
Yes, I did. It was so good. And each book just gets better and better. Like,
I forgot how much happened in this one.
I know, and it's like, Rochelle Mead, why do your other books have to suck? Because this story is so good.
Just stick to vampires, like. Yeah. He's not spoiled at all.
What did you rate it?
Oh, 5.
A 5?
Oh, yeah.
So far, this is my favorite one in the series.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like the evolution of her books just astounds me how much you see one thing to
another. The character development is insane.
I don't think Julie's reading along with us.
Okay.
And Haley's at work.
Okay.
So hello if you are watching from later.
Yes. Which people watch these afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and start?
Okay, so I rated this one a 5 out of 5 stars.
Yes.
So same with you.
Yes.
Like I said, the evolution on this is incredible, and the fact that we started from such a simple idea, and if you really consider it, like going all the way back to the very first Vampire Academy book and where we're at, like from now, like just mind blown how much you get from this story. Like this one starting story is so amazing to me.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So is there anything in here that you didn't like?
No. Yes. What's his name? I feel like he can just leave the story. What is his name? He's the villain, not the villain, but the guy from the first one. He's like friends with her. He sets her up with whatever that guy's name is in the second book. Oh, what's his name?
Like
not Marcus. It's not. Why I keep wanting to say Eddie. Trey.
Oh no! Give him a chance.
Oh, I don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
I don't know. He's just there. He's just. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it for me. He's just there, and his. I don't know. I feel like the story. I understand why he was there in the second book. Like I'm assuming he's gonna still play a major impact because I have a feeling we're not done with the
Warriors of Light.
Yes. So, but right now his character is just so insignificant, and he really just gets on my nerves.
Well, I think it's important to have like a man on the inside and to like kind of humanize the Warriors of Light, because
Yeah.
otherwise we would just hate them and just hate them like point blank.
Yeah.
So having Trey, I think, is important, that we don't just like hate the whole group in general.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I'm sure he ends up coming back. Otherwise, if he wasn't important, she probably would have taken him out of the story at the end of the Golden Lily, when like everybody else disappeared. But I'm assuming he's going to come back and be important. So, but right now, whenever they interact, I'm just like, meh.
But at least he's not like anywhere really like romantic. But I'm glad that the romantic parts happen with him.
And Angeline?
Yes.
Really?
So what do you think? Well, okay, so do you like the...
Well, I guess that's like a big... I mean, I just now realized that has to be a really big step because she's a Dhampir.
Well, yes.
So the fact that someone from the Warriors of Light is having a romance with a Dhampir, that's actually a big step. I didn't even think about that.
But he, like, got kicked out, though.
Yeah, but he still has their beliefs.
Yes. But why I'm glad that he's still around, especially for that romance, is that means that the whole, like, Eddie Angeline thing doesn't really matter.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I don't really care for Angeline, honestly. Like, she's also another character that's just kind of there. So we'll see if, I don't know.
I just like Angeline because she makes Sydney's life hell. And she's like, what now?
Yeah, that's true. She like comes into her room in the middle of the night and is like, I'm failing math.
And I also think that like it's important to have Angeline around because it's also making Jill grow up, because she's like, no, I should have taken care of stuff, and like she wants to be more like Sydney versus like Angeline, and so she sees like what bad behavior does type of thing. Yeah. So I think like having her is important in there too.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I see her importance as a character. I'm not connecting with her, I guess. Her and Trey. Oh, hi,
Haley. Hey, Haley. I think like the importance of having Angeline as well is that we get to see what kind of like her background, because she comes from like a very different background than like Jill, because 5 out of 5 stars. So I think it's very important to see that, to kind of have that as an option, especially for Adrian and Sydney, being like, oh, what, are we just gonna go like live with the keepers? Because we needed that background of the keepers, and have that being like a constant reminder of, hey, this is an option, people are living like this type of thing.
Yeah. I do think her character is important. For some reason, I'm just not connecting with her. But granted, we haven't had a lot of time with her either. Like the only interactions I really have with her is, like you said, she's really there just to be a pain in the ass. And so I do like that.
Immature.
What?
She's very immature.
Yeah, like when she's wearing like her outfit, like super short shorts.
Yes.
And then he's like, what are you wearing?
Oh my gosh, I love that we got to see Eddie having to go shop. Like, I loved that.
I don't remember that scene.
Because Angeline takes a tank top from Jill and is like, I don't see what the problem is. She wears this all the time. And we're like, okay, you guys have 2 different body types. Like, obviously
yes.
you can't wear this.
Is that in the Indigo spell?
I think so, isn't it?
Okay. Yes, I do like her. Okay, there's just so much to talk about. Okay, let's get the big part out, the romance.
Okay.
Between Sydney and Adrian. Are we liking how it's progressing?
Yeah. Also, I like that we get the interest of what's his face? Mason?
Marcus.
No,
Marcus.
Marcus. I love that we get to see Marcus show up in this and being like, everybody's like, why are you interested in him? Like, I like that we get to see that conflict. And she's like, I don't know. He's just like, everybody's like, he's so attractive. And she's like, meh. Like, because she's so set on Adrian. And I love that we get to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. And what is he pretending to be, like Dave or something?
Wait, what?
Okay. I think well, never mind. It's very insignificant.
Wait, with who?
Like, he tells her friends, like, when he comes to school, Marcus comes to school, he introduces himself as Dave.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. And they're like, why aren't you with him? Because she can't show any affection towards Adrian, because 1, it's taboo, and 2, he's technically her brother.
Yeah.
Not technically, but they're pretending they're related.
Yeah.
Yes, so my favorite scene is the making out scene at the dorm, at the college party, like the frat party. And then the next day she has a hickey.
Yes.
Love it.
And he was like, okay, I won't kiss you on your neck anymore. Fine.
Yes. I love their flirtation. And then when they're like laying in the bed at the bed and breakfast, and he's like, how come when I touch you, your aura smolders? And I'm just like, oh my God, just keep talking.
I like that part too. I liked that the pirate skeleton and the AYE, like I loved that sense of humor in it. Like that was so good.
I love it. It's so good. And I think Adrian's a little bit older, right? He's like 22, 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it doesn't make me feel as weird liking him so much.
Well, and Sydney's 18?
Yeah.
So.
But like I always feel weird with, like, being like swooning over like 16-year-olds, like their romance. It's like, it's a little weird.
Yeah, but you're also putting yourself in the headset of the
That's true. But at least with like Adrian, and same with Dimitri. Dimitri's older. Dimitri's like 25. So it's not, he's our age.
Yeah.
So,
what do we think about the bomb drop of that there's runaway alchemists?
Oh, with like Marcus and like
whole operation,
like tattooing back over.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with the pacing. I was so afraid that like it was going to take too long for her to kind of break away from the alchemist views. But I love that she broke her tattoo in this book. She didn't necessarily seal it, but I love that she broke it.
And that's like, she like broke it a long time ago. Like, let's be real. Like, because otherwise she wouldn't be doing those things with, with the vampires. And I love that we get to see like that idea is that you can, that they're controlling you through the tattoo. I love that we have that aspect of it. And two, like the way that she can break it is being rebellious. And I love that part. Yeah,
me too. 100%. And there was a scene. So I read it like July 30th, 31st, basically the second we finished. I read it like during the booktubeathon. It was the first book that I read.
Okay.
And so today I like re-skimmed over all of it just to kind of like go back through some of my favorite parts. And I love that there's like when her and Marcus are talking and Marcus is telling her why he ran away from the alchemist, and it is because of Moroi Girl. And she says, oh, were y'all romantically involved? And he goes, no, even I wouldn't cross that line. And I love that scene. I just think it's so, I don't know, there's just something about it. Like it just shows how special Sydney is, I guess.
Yeah, and that the fact that she really is so not an alchemist.
Yeah.
Like from the get-go type of thing.
Yeah. 100%. What about the bomb drop when she comes back into her dorm and her sister's there?
Oh my gosh, I loved that.
I was like, I didn't see it coming at all. I was like, oh no.
You're gonna be in so much trouble. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting to watch their relationship unfold with that extra strain and those like watchful eyes of what a good alchemist should be doing, especially on someone who hasn't broken their tattoo yet. Like how much she will be able to get away with versus how much she's gonna have like her confronting her about.
Yeah, I'm of two minds with her sister. What's her name? Brooke? Grace.
No.
Oh, hang on. Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe.
I can see it going either way. I can see her betraying her sister and turning her in for being with a vampire, or I can see her going on her side. I honestly could see it both ways. Like I could see Rochelle Mead taking one path, and then I could also see her taking another path. And I'm curious which one I prefer. I think I prefer Zoe being on her side, but I think it would add like I think it would just be it would just add so much like chaos and intensity if she ends up finding out about the relationship and turns her over.
You like there's so much intensity that's going to come anyways, like you just wait. There's so much gonna happen. Like there's still so much left to evolve in this story.
There's 3 books left. It's crazy.
It's so good. Like the story, the where the plot lines go, it's going to evolve so much more.
Yeah. I don't think I have read, besides Harry Potter and besides Throne of Glass and besides ACOTAR, I don't think I've read a series where like I'm just like giving each single book a 5 out of 5 stars, you know?
Yeah.
Illuminate Set Files. You know what? I take that back. No, there's a lot of series, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, that stick out to you like that.
Yeah, that like there's just so much happening.
So what about the bomb drop of when she finds out that the alchemists are working or have a relationship with the Keepers of Light or whatever?
Like, I mean, I saw that coming.
Did you?
Yeah, to me, it wasn't that. I mean, I had a feeling that there were going to be dirty alchemists, or I had a feeling that the alchemists were dirty, anyways. Like, I think I mentioned this in the last months, but I thought that like the alchemists eventually are going to they're trying to get rid of the Strigoi, but I think eventually they're going to try and get rid of the Moroi and the Dampiers. So I already like had a feeling that they were really dirty. So that didn't surprise me at all.
I love that we get to see her like sleuthing and figure that out on her own, not just like taking Marcus's word, but like she has to get there herself.
Yeah. I love how she's so smart.
Mm-hmm. What about the scene between like where she has to like flirt with
Ian?
Yes. I loved that. And I loved like what like she was like in her mindset, like what Adrian would think or how Adrian would interact type of thing. Like I found that so amusing.
Yes, I love it. And then the scene where he asks her to dance.
Yes.
And everyone's like,
I love that.
I thought that was really good. There's just so many good things that happened.
What about the whole witchy stuff?
I love it. I love it. So, okay. So did we figure out the blood yet? Why she tasted weird? Is it because she's used magic?
No. I don't really know if this is really that, if it's spoiler or not. It's not really that big of a deal. So the whole thing is that her, like, because the tattoo has magic in it, like it's got compulsion in it from the tattoo. It also has the healing from the vampire magic. That's the magic that's in her blood that tastes funny.
But then all alchemists should taste funny.
I think they do.
No, I don't think they do. I think they specifically mention that she's the only one.
Mm, I don't think so, because they talked about like they can't ask the alchemist for blood to test if it was an alchemist thing or
But
if it was
I
a or Sydney thing.
Oh, I thought one of the Strigoi says we've had alchemists, like they've tasted alchemist blood before, and she's the first. This is the first time that it tasted bad. I might have to go back and reread it. I really thought,
Yeah.
yeah, I really thought she was like one of the few alchemists because we know why. Adrian didn't taste bad. They drank from Adrian, but Lee tasted bad, and then Sydney tasted bad. So it had nothing to do with spirit because they did drink from Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and they've tasted from Rose before,
right, and she didn't taste bad either. So interesting. I'm curious. I mean, I'll have to maybe. I'm sure you're right. It's like not that big of a deal.
Because it can't be magic if Lee also tasted bad because
Right.
in magic.
I think Lee tasted bad because he came back to life. So there's got to be some sort of element. I don't know. I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
So it's either that it's the alchemist magic in the it's either alchemist magic in the tattoo or it's her own magic.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where she goes with that. What did you say about her like tracking down all of those girls?
Oh yeah. What do you mean? Like trying to warn them?
Yeah.
I liked it.
So many different storylines in this book.
Yeah. I know. So much is going on. You've got the romance, you've got school. That's actually okay, I will say there's one thing that bothers me a little bit in this story is like they're so focused on school and it's like why? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like it doesn't make sense. Like, well, I understand why they're there, but like couldn't they be there without being in well, I guess they're in school because Joe's in school, but I don't know, like Sydney puts so much thought into her schoolwork that it's like you've already graduated and you're not there for school. You're there to protect and do other things. I don't know. Maybe it's just her and her that she's like, I have to succeed at this too.
Well, and she talks about like how she enjoys knowledge and she enjoys learning and she because she was homeschooled too, like that was an experience that she never had too.
Mm.
So that's why she probably like is overachiever with that. One, just because she likes it, two, because like she never got to experience it, and probably because like you have to keep the facade up, you know, to help protect Jill.
Yeah. Okay, so I looked it up and it's just saying it's because the true reason is she has magic in her blood because she's a witch with human magic. That's why her blood tastes funny.
Interesting.
So, I mean, yeah, it's nothing super. It's because she had already like started using her like magic, you know, as like witchy magic as a human. So, yeah. What do you think of like Adrian being in school too? I like that.
I do too. Like I like that he's got like a channel and he's finally like taking like that Sydney's influence is making him more serious and making him like buckle down and like more down to earth. And I like that he like is into art too. I mean, we get to see like the artistic side of things.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Adrian's dad is in this one, right?
Yeah.
That was a good scene too.
I love that like Sydney takes Adrian's side, and that, like, who would have thought? Is this the book that's got the Slurpee in it, right? The sugar-free Slurpee.
No, that's in Fire. That's in. I think that's in the Golden Lily.
Is
That's
that
in
a Golden Lily?
Yeah, because
So
you
where do
mentioned this. What?
Where does her or his dad show up then?
Is that in the Golden Lily too? Shoot. This is when she drives him all the way to she drives him somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's in the Golden Lily.
So does his dad show up in this one?
I don't think so. I think I'm mixing. I think I'm mixing. I'm mixing. I'm sorry. He's not in it. I'm so sorry. Okay, what do we think of, like, were you surprised with, like, the Alicia twist? And Terwilliger's sister is actually, like, dead.
I kind of figured that the Terwilliger sister was dead.
Yeah.
Just because, like, it was taking so much out of Miss Terwilliger that it didn't surprise me. Also, that was one of the key things that I remembered from when I originally read it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that we get to see, like, what the other options are, like a bad witch, and, like, I like that at the end she kind of, like, concedes that she's going to meet with the coven.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess I have to now, type of thing.
Oh, she's totally, like, gonna join.
I really like that aspect of it, and that, like, she's kind of doing her own thing in the supernatural world. She's not just in the supernatural world because of Adrian.
Mm.
Like, she always belonged there, type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that she has, like, her own thing too. Like, she found her own thing that, like you said, it has nothing to do with vampires. Oh, another scene that stuck out is the fact that she let Adrian heal her. With her and Marcus fighting, like, great scene. I loved it.
I know that's, like, a really big step in for Sydney just in general.
Yeah. 100%.
Do you think that she will ever seal the tattoo? Or do you think she'll always want to stay undercover?
I think eventually she's gonna seal it.
It's just like, you can only, like, go so long without being, like, re-inked, right?
Right. I think she's gonna seal it. I think I mean, there's 3 books, so I know something is bound to crazy happen. So I have a feeling she's gonna go. Here's my theory. She's gonna go undercover again. Something's gonna happen in the next book. She's gonna go undercover, or Zoe's gonna turn her in. Something's gonna happen to where she, like, ends up. She's going back to the rehabilitation. I can just picture it because they mentioned it. If they hadn't mentioned it, I don't think that she wouldn't be going. Like, I can see it as, like, a huge thing. So I think she's going to end up getting re-inked. And then I think she's going to end up breaking it again and then sealing it in the very end. Those are my theories.
Okay. So you think that she's going to get caught?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'm just going back off of Vampire Academy, and, like, Rose gets caught, you know, and she gets put in jail. And, you know, like, they get eventually, and then I don't know, I kind of see if she follows, like, the same trend of what she already wrote. I see her get.
I never considered comparing it to the Vampire Academy, like, heroine timelines before.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I never, in Vampire Academy, I never thought that Rose would be arrested for murder. Like, that was a complete shock, but I have a feeling she's gonna get caught for being with a vampire. I think that's why Zoe came in. Zoe's gonna rat her out. Zoe's gonna be on the bad side. And then I think she's gonna turn good. Yeah.
She's gonna come out of it after she sees like what happens to her sister.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. That's just what I think so. I don't know. There's just so much. So much happens in one book.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I hope that we have like a witch coven with like, and I hope that they join the vampires and it's like ends up being like one war against the alchemists and the warriors of light.
So you think that she's gonna be busted because of the romance with Adrian's, not because of the coven witches thing?
One or the other. I think her being with a vampire is more taboo than her practicing magic. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. They're all crazy.
Well, because she could say like that she was coerced into a relationship with a vampire because of compulsion.
Oh. I don't think she would like throw Adrian into the bus though.
But you can't really like explain away you using magic.
That's true. Interesting. I'm excited. I have a feeling a lot's gonna happen.
Wolf.
I love him.
He's like one of like the greatest side characters that you're like, what is he?
Yeah, he comes back like once a book and you're just like, yes. I loved it.
There's already like inklings from this past book that I don't want to tell you because it's gonna give spoilers away for later, but just wait.
With Wolf?
Uh-huh.
He told her a story about something. Oh, maybe I'll have to go back and reread it. I'm excited. Okay. Anything that you feel like you didn't like or you would have changed?
I didn't really understand like the guard that Marcus was always with, that girl. And that kind of was like, what?
Sabrina?
Yeah. I didn't really know how I felt about her.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't love that Marcus was like, margaritas and like that's why we're going down to Mexico. Like you think that like if he was part of the alchemist, he has a very serious nature, you would think. And so I thought he would be more like businessy.
Yeah.
He says I don't remember like anything from the last few books. They're all blending together now.
I know, right? Yeah, I read this one too early. Like I literally read it a month ago. So
are you gonna wait until you read Fireheart?
I don't know. I don't think so. I had to stop myself. That's okay, Haley. It happens. There's so much happens. Which book do we get the little pet?
This one.
This one? I loved that.
Yes. And I love that he was like Mr. Williger was like, well, it's like your baby. Like, it's your baby. It's yours and Adrian's. And it's like, oh my God, they're so reaching so much for this right now.
What do they name him?
Oh gosh.
Oh, hang on. Demon. There it is. I'm sorry?
Oh, Haley said she's going back to work.
Okay. Have fun. I'm at the scene right now where they have him.
I like that he like saves her too.
What do you mean?
Like he makes that
yes.
loud noise.
That's right. I guess it doesn't really matter what they named him, but I thought it was
I like that little aspect of it though.
Yeah.
I like that they also mentioned that her mindset on food and her body weight is getting more to a healthy level, and that she likes that she's still struggling with that, but she recognizes that people are encouraging her to put on more weight. And I like that we see that like encouragement in her, like starting to change her mind and on what looks good type of thing. I like that we see that body positivity in this one.
Yeah, I do like that too. And a lot of it has to do with like Adrian constantly like praising her.
Yeah.
So I do like that a lot. There's just so much that happens in this book. Do you feel like it's going too fast? Like the pacing, like too much is happening, or do you feel like it's like good, like, or you want more to happen?
Well, I wouldn't say more because I think it would be overwhelming. I think it's a good amount, and it's a good balance right now.
Agreed.
But I think if they tried to do any more like different types of storylines, it would be too much. I wish we did get to see a little more Jill though.
Yeah, she was a little like absent in this one.
Yeah.
I love that she was really angry with Sydney.
Yeah. I know, I like that one too.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that Eddie was a little more hurt about Angeline.
What do you mean?
Just because I feel like he's a sensitive soul, and like he's attuned to that because he was so sensitive to Rose when everything happened to her, and when Mason died, like they really connected on that, and like they connected because he was like sensitive about Mason's death. And so I wish that he would have been a little more sensitive to Angeline, like basically cheating on him.
Yeah, but it just shows that like he really wasn't interested in her. Like honestly, he is so interested in Jill that he was like, I feel like Eddie's Angeline was like Rose's Mason, but even less.
I know, but I just wish that we would have seen like, hey, guys can feel this way too, and feel
yeah, definitely, because like Mason was broken up over like Rose not being, you know, so I kind of like think we could have just like completely gone away with like them being romantically involved. Like I didn't really see the point in it, honestly. Like I like that they're broken up, but I didn't see like it didn't change anything. Like them being together, like it didn't add any conflict. It didn't really do anything. So that I did not ship from the beginning. I was like,
no, yeah, definitely always Eddie and Jill.
Yeah, that's another plot line, Eddie and Jill.
I did like though the fact that he was with Angeline, that Jill couldn't be with Eddie, and that made her kind of like see him in a different light.
Yeah.
And we get to see that, and we get to see like the secret kept between Sydney and Jill, and then like being like, Sherry loves you, like.
Yeah, I wish. I'd like to see more. I agree. I think this book had a little bit less character development on Jill's end. Like she wasn't very there. She was very, I don't know. We didn't see her much. You're right. And every time we did see her, she was always annoyed with Sydney.
Well, for good reason though.
Like, right. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we're in Sydney's head. So of course, every time we do see Jill, she's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So,
what about the like spirit dreams? Like her being pulled into the spirit dreams, and like the fact that she was like accepting it, that she was in spirit dreams.
I love it. Oh my God. I was like, at first I was like, no, I don't want their romance to like move so fast. And then you got to that scene and I was like, yes, do it.
Yeah. I like that she like is accepting of it, and she was like, okay, I'd rather be in a spirit dream than being able to be tracked, and like that's her way around accepting it type of thing.
What do you mean?
Like, because he was like, well, I'm pulling you into spirit dream because if you're not in spirit dream, she can track you through your dreams. And so I like that there's like an out for her to like you're not really breaking your morals and wanting to be around magic. You're doing this because you have to, type of thing.
Yeah. I love how everything is justified to her. Like, well, magic is wrong, but right now I need it to save my life. So
Yeah.
it's inherently, and then she finds out like, oh, magic is actually helpful. And like after he heals her, she's like, oh wow, that wasn't a big deal at all. I don't feel different. The pain is gone. You know? It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it. Let's see. What was your favorite scene?
Oh, I think the dancing.
At the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's yours?
I have to say, okay, I think the hickey scene. I thought that was really funny. At the party, and then I also love the scene where she was where Terwilliger was teaching her how to create balls of flame and then throw it at her. That was also a fantastic scene. Everything was just so good. Everything was so good in this book. So, which one's your favorite so far of the three?
Probably this one so far, just because we get more magic-y stuff.
Yeah.
And this is where, like, she really comes into her own, and she's really inserting herself in the whole magic thing.
Yeah.
But I still really like the first one, because the first one, you get so much character development in all of the characters because it's the first book.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the first one, Adrian's a little more moody.
Yeah, I agree.
So, as of right now, my favorite is going it's like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah, there's really nothing that I didn't like.
Yeah, except like I said, I would rather have more. I would like to have more Jill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about that's in Indigo still?
It's a really pretty spine.
It is, yeah.
I used it as my pretty spine for Booktubeathon. I will say, like, the cover's bad, but the sus is pretty. Okay, so I guess I was confused about one thing. So Marcus, how do they seal? They have to go to Mexico to seal their tattoo because only one guy in Mexico can do it, correct?
Yeah, this special ink is down there.
Okay, and it turns it from gold to blue, correct?
The ink that you have to tattoo over the golden lily is the indigo ink.
Okay. So I'm curious if she goes. So she has to go to Mexico to get it sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Maybe she never gets it sealed because maybe the alchemists die away at the very end, and she doesn't have to get it sealed. That's another theory.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah, so much happens. So there is compulsion in their tattoo, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's why the second she got it broken, she like yelled at her boss.
Uh-huh. See, I think she might get caught by doing something rash, like not controlling the way that she says things. Mm-hmm. And that's going to throw it off, being like, how could you say that? Like, you have compulsion. You shouldn't be able to say that type of thing. I think that's where she's going to get kicked. I don't think it's going to be, I think her getting caught is going to be too subtle. Like, I don't think it's going to be something big where they find out, like, Adrian or find out about magic. It's going to be like, huh, How did you say that?
They're gonna realize that she doesn't owe.
And that's why she gets sent to like re-education.
Interesting. Now, so when she breaks her tattoo, is that the second she breaks it? Is that when she realizes she's in love with Adrian, or is she still fighting it?
I think in herself, she's in denial.
Okay. Because I mean, she breaks it pretty at the very end, I think. But then she still tells Adrian that she's gonna go get it sealed, but then she decides not to.
Yeah, on the busway there.
Yeah. Which, the ending was such a good scene at the museum. I just love how he's trying so hard.
I know. The ending scene was really good.
It was really cute. Really cute. Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't know what else. Yeah, I think I love the dream walking. No, not dream walking. Spirit dreams.
Spirit dreams.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything else, I think. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so. So next book is Indigo Spell. No, it's just
Fiery Heart.
Fiery Heart. And then that's our fourth book, 4 out of 6. So over halfway there.
You don't want to accidentally spoil anything.
But yeah, we were talking all about hypotheticals in this one.
Yeah. It's just so much can go wrong. Like, it's funny because like knowing that we're only halfway through the series, like it makes me realize so much can happen.
Well, and so much happens in one book. So it's like the possibilities really are endless with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's the September book? Oh, Strange the Dreamer.
Yes.
By Laini Taylor. Yes. So our September book pick is going to be Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and then we're also doing The Fiery Heart.
Yeah.
So.
And then to be announced for live shows. Did we decide, I don't remember if we decided if it was better to do on weekends or better to do on weekdays. Weekdays, right?
Oh, Strange the Dreamer, you read it?
Ooh, excited now.
Yes. So you'll be able, so you'll have just read it, so you'll be able to like join the live show. Weekends work a little bit better for me just because of work.
Okay.
So weekends work a little bit, but I know weekends are so hard for you, Hannah.
Yeah.
But weekends work a little bit better for me.
Okay. Well, we will post on like Twitter and such when we decide to do our live shows, also on Goodreads. We do events and things like that. So we will let you know when the next live show is, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.